to an international phenomenon.
Right.
And then, so what do you, I think in that family, I don't know how that dynamic looks, but I will say in that family too, that you have to agree on roles.
Definitely.
To make it work. And so I would just say, if you're listening right now, be intentional about agreeing on your roles. Vanessa, what feedback do you have for the people who are kind of wanting to know, hey, they're asking themselves, hey, I'm the wife here, okay, and check it out. I am earning a lot more than he is, and so I want to know what his role is. I mean, what advice would you have?
Well, I think, Jill is a great example. Whatever business you have, if you want to say it's her business or his business, if you're married, it's both your business. And
Bang.
so you might have a role as a support system.
Boom.
I would imagine that if Jill is married, I don't know a lot about her, but that her husband is probably her number one cheerleader and support for her business, and maybe someone that she can come to and bounce ideas off of. But I think that no matter if a husband or wife is primarily the one who heads up the business, I can't imagine that it's just a separate life that they don't involve their spouse in. So I think you need to have your role, which is going to give you expectations. If you know your role is to handle all of the accounting, then that's great. You are responsible to reporting to the IRS or all those things. Someone else maybe handles sales.
I prefer to call it the IRS.
The IRS, yeah.
I think we've determined our roles as a family, and mine is nomenclature.
Which is great. Did you hear all that rhyming?
The naming of things.
Awesome.
I'm saying it's IRS, please.
But regardless of whatever your role is, if it is that you're not involved in the business at all, no matter what, your role is going to be to support. You're not in competition with your spouse. It's to support
each other, really,
Each other, yes. And whatever that looks like, if you have a role in the business, like I said, a specific role, which you'll know what your expectations are, if it's sales or accounting or emotional support, but you're there to support and cheerlead and help the team, because you are a team, get there no matter what your specific role looks like, and that's for you all to determine.
So if you're listening right now, what I want you to do is I want you to get out a pen. You go, I'm driving my car. Why are you
pull over?
You're a radio show. Are you aware that no one listens to radio unless they're in their car? Okay, fine. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and write down these areas. Go ahead and write them down. Just sketch them out. Sketch them out. Get a pen. Here we go. 1, who handles the bills? Who maintains the lawn? You know that's an issue.
And see, like in my family, O'Neill pays the bills.
Does O'Neill mow the lawn?
He does mow the lawn, and Jack helps him.
That's right. He better be mowing the lawn. I tell you what, we're going to be talking about.
But you know what? But I like mowing the lawn.
You do?
I do. And growing up, I always wanted to. And
you always wanted to mow the lawn?
I did. For some reason, it's so like
she's related to Aubrey.
I'm like Aubrey. It's so calming.
Check it out. Thrivers,
and,
for as little as $75 a day, you can support the therapy for Miss Sharita Bent to help her learn to not want to mow the lawn. It's only $75 a day, and you could help her live a life.
I love the noise. I love the...
This is Aubrey.
Yeah, it's like the movement of it. I love it. I want to work with Aubrey on this.
So check it out. Also, who's going to run the business? Who's going to be responsible? At the end of the day, someone has to own it, being accountable. At the end of the day, I'm just telling you an example today. We had a Thriver, I'm sure she's a great lady. She's from the great state of New Mexico. Her name is Ashley. I'm not going to give you her phone number, but I know you want to. The last 4 is 8332. Ashley, if you're listening. And so what happens is I'm talking to her, and she's like, I can't get into my account. And I'm not exaggerating. There are thousands of Thrivers around the world who are members of Thrive15.com, our exclusive online business school. It is unbelievable because it's $19 a month. It's $19. If you go to like Wharton or you go to Oral Roberts University or Tulsa University, I'm sure they're great places, and you have an experience that you can't replicate anywhere. But the thing is, you're going to graduate with $100,000 in debt homes, but for $19 a month, you can learn how to start or grow a business. So she's like, I can't get into my account. And because it's after 5 and I'm on my way home and I'm obsessed with getting stuff done, there's a guy who's in charge of that. And then I also get CC'd, and I noticed she hadn't been responded to. So I'm like, boop, 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 boop. She goes, oh my gosh, are you the founder guy? And I'm like, yes. Can you not get into your account? Here's my personal login. Let's get serious. Because she's going on a road trip, and you have to have Thrive15.com on your road trip.
You must.
But someone has to own it. Someone has to own the homeschooling of your kids. Someone has to own the taking the kids to church. So think about all the areas. Who buys the groceries? Whose job is it? Whose job is it to pay the bills? Whose job is it to manage the business? Think about all the things you have to manage. Who owns it? Now, we come back. We're going to be talking about this principle number 2, which is agree on the tasks that must be done alone. alone. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are going alone. I mean, why do you say it like that? Well, one is it's just alone. Don't interrupt me right now. I'm deeply thinking. I'm here, thinking in the man cave. I'm pontificating about how to, you're solving all the world's problems, and you have to maybe do that alone. Maybe some of you are doing like you're into aerobics, but you don't want to do it in water, and you want to do it at Zumba, and so and you're a big kind of aerobics person. Maybe you want to do that alone. Maybe you want to do that with your husband. That's weird. Maybe you want to go running with your husband. Maybe you don't want to run with your husband. Maybe you want to mow the lawn with your husband. Maybe you don't. Maybe you need that quiet time. Maybe you want to go to the mall, and you just want to go to the mall, and you're just shopping, which is code for looking at a bunch of things you're not going to buy and trying them all on, and then buying them, and then returning them, and then bringing them back, and then asking how you feel. Does this look good on me? Does this make me look big? We don't know. We're going to talk about it when we come back.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your drive time home. And you know you're excited because you're always invited to the show. To the show. It's the show. It's the Dojo of Mojo. It's helping you learn what you need to know to start or grow a business. It's start or grow a business. And the thing is, if you're going to start or grow a business, unless you were like raised by wolves or aliens, someone listening right now is going, I was raised by an alien. We need you to listen to the Coast to Coast program late night and call in about your extraterrestrial activity. But this is the Thrive. Yeah, my wife loves that show. This is the Thrive Time Show where we talk about how to start or grow a business. And today specifically, we are talking about the topic of 6 super moves for weaving your family into your business. Say it with me now. 6 super moves for weaving your family into your business. That's how you do it. And we're talking, move number 1 was agree on the roles, and move number 2 is agree on tasks that must be done alone. But before we get into it, Miss Sharita Bent, our co-host with the Mo-Oast, is here. Also, my beautiful wife, Miss Vanessa Clark, is here.
Woohoo. And
Sharita, you had a little nugget of knowledge you wanted to share with us.
I did. I wanted to go back to that Harvard Business Review article that we referenced earlier. Yes, because what they found, these guys, George Stalk and Henry Foley, they were saying that in their work where they advise different owners of companies.
Judging, basically, is what Harvard does. They're judging us middle classes in Oklahoma.
They said they see business owners repeatedly caught in the same traps. And so their advice, they're saying if you recognize and avoid these traps, it's going to boost the odds of your long-term survival in business. And that's what we're doing today. It's just
it's so predictable. I'm telling you, this is I've coached businesses all over the world. Here's the deal. A business owner's ambitious. They want to start a business. They grow a business. She grows the business. He grows the business. He's gone more. She's gone more. Next thing you know, they're drifting apart, either getting closer together or you're drifting apart, and then falls apart, and we start making compromises, game over. Or, which is rare, you commit to having a successful and happy marriage.
And it's intentional. It's intentional.
Intentional. No drifting allowed here. So principle number 2 is you must agree on the tasks that must be done alone. So I'm going to give you some examples of some things you need to think about, because if you don't think about it, if you don't conceive it, you won't achieve it. If you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. Okay, so here we go. Example number 1. Meta time, or some people call it quiet time, or thinking time. I'm going to go with Miss Sharita Bent for 500 points. Boop, boop. What is your quiet time, and where do you do it alone or together? Boop, boop.
Yeah, I do it alone. It's early in the morning, and I do it by myself.
Really?
Yeah, get grounded for the day. I listen to something motivational, spiritual, listen to T.D. Jakes, and I just kind of like meditate on like something positive, some type of thought, some type of scripture, and then I get my music cranking. So that's my whole process.
My wife walks in the other day, and I'm doing church in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm just having a good time, listening to my music. It's no offense to the Caucasian listeners, but if you're doing praise and worship, I'm out. I'm out. So you're going, aren't you Caucasian? Are you kind of racist against your own?
Has the opposite effect.
Here's the deal. If I was leading praise and worship, you need to run. Yeah. Because I'm just telling you, what is Merton's last name?
Huff.
Merton Huff. If you go to the Met Baptist Church,
we love him.
This guy, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Go there. Take the challenge. Here's the deal. This is a lot of money I'm committing to. But if you go to the Metropolitan Baptist Church in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma, 10 miles north of downtown. Some of you are going, I go to church, every Easter. I go to church all the time on Christmas. So if you're someone who goes to church all the time, but you're going, I can't go because the praise and worship is just freaking me out and the kids' service isn't great. You go to the Met, and when you listen to the lyrical miracles that he produces on a consistent basis, if it doesn't change your face from a frown to upside down to a smile, if you're not just totally, if your soul is just not totally filled by the beautiful stylings of Merton Huff, I will give you $1. A copy of my newest book. So it's $1 in a book. Go there. Let's see if we can get 500 random people. Check it out. I will be there. You'll see me because you're like, you're the white guy. You'll see me. Hey, you're the white guy. And let's all go there. Let's help double the size of the church in 1 week. It's awesome. But I'm just saying is I have to get myself. I listen to the music in the morning. It encourages me. Another example, Vanessa, you like to go for runs.
I do.
What's wrong with you?
I can't work out in a group. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? So many reasons.
What about a community?
I can't do a community for my workout. I
I
enjoy working out. It's my own time.
But you get community other ways, right?
I get community other ways.
Why can't we get pumped up together? We can go together.
But that's what I think is so important is when you determine it's going to be different for everyone, the things you do alone and the things that you want to incorporate your spouse or your family. And for me, it is not a workout.
What about mom time? What does mom time look like for you?
I don't know how to explain mom time. I don't
Do
really.
you do mom time? Are you even interested in mom time?
What does that mean? What does mom time mean?
Well, I don't know. There's like,
does this involve drinks? What does mom time mean?
I always, that's what I see. I think a lot of women, they go into like Express and they go, I think this dress is great. I think it's going to be really nice.
Oh, with other moms?
That's not my mom time.
I don't know. No. Maybe no, yes. And they go back and forth and is this going to fit? Is it not? And they go get their pedicure and their nails done.
No, I feel like I'm not
hair
getting
did. They do that whole deal. I don't know whether mom time is something that you have a quest for. When we get back, we're going to be talking about mom time. We're going to be talking about taking the kids to school. We're talking about designing marketing pieces, writing a book, brainstorming, balancing the checkbook, paying bills, thinking about who to fire. I usually think about it in advance, and I'll write it down. And I like to do that alone. I like to go, oh, this person, they're gonna get it like a lead balloon. I'm gonna deal with that. I like to do that alone. I never want to talk about who I'm gonna fire with my wife. I like to do it alone. So we're gonna talk about that coming up next.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. It's the place that you go for your daily mojo of dojo, or your dojo of mojo. It's kind of like if you're at work all day, maybe you work in your business, and it's like your retreat. It's like a little workshop where you can work on yourself. You can focus on how to start or grow a business. It's the Thrive Time Show on your drive time home, right here on Talk Radio 1170, Tulsa's only local business radio show. And today, we are talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. It is the 6 super moves for weaving your family into your business. We talked about super move number 1, which is agree on your roles. Super move number 1, agree on your roles. Super move number 2, you want to agree on the tasks that must be done alone. We were just talking about a lady time. I said, hey, do you mom time? Is that something that you want to do with other people, or is that alone time? And
we get it now. We get what you're saying now. It was the right thing, because there are some people that do that. They go out with other moms. They go out with girls. They do their girl time, mom time.
It is night.
I feel like
the feeling's right.
I feel like it's different for everyone. I mean, for me, girl time would be talking on the phone to a really good friend, but I don't have the luxury of that kind of time in my life right now. I would feel like, what am I doing sitting here? Like I could be with my husband or with my kids, but other people are at a different season, or they might have a different schedule where they really have time to go out and go shopping or get their nails done. And that's awesome. And you need to put that into your schedule. And if that's alone or with girlfriends or your husband or whatever.
Yeah. You can go gallivant with the girls.
Gallivant with the girls. Now, another example is taking the kids to school. You're listening right now. You take your kids to school. Is that something you do together? Here's why I want to be serious about this. I want to get into it. I am talking to you. If you're listening right now, I'm talking to you. I'm talking directly to you. A very, very great thriver. A member of the Thrive community is Miss Shara Kamiko.
Yes.
She's a former TV